talked to you, you were, I think, referring to some of the linebackers by number. Have you learned everyone's name, I guess, and how have those first few weeks and months been for you?
I have learned everybody's name now. Emmanuel is a person I'm really getting even closer with. Tahir Whitehead is, those are veteran guys, both 7-year guys, and me being a 14-year guy, so I cling to them a little bit more. But a lot of young, talented players on this defense and this team, and it's exciting. It's my first time not being around new players, of course, being in KC for that long, but just being in an atmosphere that's very new to me, just facility, coaches, everybody. But the Raiders have really taken me in, taken a young man, I would say, in and with open arms, and it's going good right now.
How quickly do you feel like you've been able to pick up the defense, and what are your impressions of this game so far?
Man, Paul Guns's defense it's very aggressive. So many different looks. Now, lot of the onus is really on the linebackers to learn a lot of stuff. So that's good for myself because I know a lot, but it's putting a lot of pressure on me to learn it quickly, learn it well enough where I can put my own flavor into making plays on this defense. But I'm having fun with it now. And the last couple of days been my best days running around. And I was telling the young guys is once you get the system down, because everybody's learning a new system, everybody's in it. Once you can get it down really well, man, you look a lot faster out there on the field. We all can run fast and jump high, but mentally, once you got it down, all your abilities, your talents can show out there on the field. So that's what we're doing right now. We're not there yet, but it's getting there.
How long does that process take to get a defense down?
Man, I'm thinking, through training camp, preseason is going to be big for me and the rest of the players. Preseason be really effective way to learn the defense and be in game situations. But I mean, it could go, to the middle of the season type of deal to learn everything. But Paul Gunther is very smart in looking at his team and making sure, seeing what we have and calling plays off of that until we all get it. But he just wants us to play fast, and that's the key.
Defense has given a lot of looks out there, more than we were accustomed to seeing last year. The offense dramatically different in terms of the amount of shifts and things they're doing. How do those two things coming together, will it help you as a team to think on the fly, that you're seeing so many different things?
It will help you. Now, it's hard at the beginning because we're learning so many new plays, and Gruden's offense a little kind of like Andy's a little bit, a lot of shifts and motions. I've seen this offense before, so I'm familiar with it. But at the same time, I'm learning Paul Gunther's defense, so it's a lot going on, but it's slowing down for me, man, and that's a good feeling. Being a football player, football's hard. Football's a hard sport to play, but when the game slows down for you and you know exactly what you need to do, then it's about thinking about what Derek Carr is going to do or what Marshawn Lynch's steps is when he's back there about to get the ball. If he's not about to get the ball, if the linemen are light on their hands or if they're back about to pass. So it's a lot of things that goes through your head that you need to think about. So that's why you need to have the defense down to a T so you can worry about what the offense does so you can make plays.
Derrick Cook said last week that one of the things that he liked most about just the OTAs so far and practice so far is the amount of conversation that happens between plays with some of the new veterans. Maybe those conversations will become more advanced as you get more comfortable, but how much has that already begun to happen, and what is the value of that between, I saw you shading this way, or I ran my route this way, that sort of thing?
That's actually pretty good. We the difference with that is it's not a lot of chatter out there. It's not a lot of talking about, when you have a little time to the side, when you're not in there playing. It's not a lot of talking about stuff outside of football. It's all about football out there because we have a lot to learn, and we're actually getting a lot of mental reps, especially with the young guys. I'm always like, hey, what's the play? Or what you need to do on this? Make sure you're looking. I've been taking Nick Morrow under my wing a little bit. Very, very athletic, young linebacker, has all the skills. mentally, just trying to get him up to date so he can, so he can eventually play a lot more. So, man, I love being around these guys. It's a cool atmosphere.
Is there a real drive to pick up the system quickly and things like that for you, specifically because of the nature of your position and you having to kind of orchestrate what's going on the field? Do you really feel that drive to get it done and get it right so you can lead these guys during practices?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. I have to. My abilities come out when I know what's going on, and for me to know what's going on, I have to gear down, not rush it, but really thoroughly get it down and make sure I have Paul Gunther's defense really down so I can start moving some pieces here and there or start helping some guys out if they're, iffy on some things and telling certain guys what to do at times. And that's not a bad pressure. That's a positive pressure for me. That's one of those things where this is what I've been doing for a long time. And in KC, I'm used to telling different guys what to do. If a lineman's dropping on this play, sometimes they need some help. And to have a linebacker in there saying, hey, you're off for 3, you need to stay inside, or you got the flat call. You got to take the running back to the flat.
I don't know. This might be a better question for somebody that you work with a lot, but how would you describe your leadership style on the field? Can you be pretty demanding at times? Do you kind of have to feel out personalities? How do you mesh it?
You know what? I think our team, this Raider team, really respects me. Really respects me. So it's not a lot of once I say something, they kind of get it. My style isn't too aggressive. It's not that guy that's in their face. I'm a big guy of lead by example, of course. But at times you got to speak up. You got to let them know what you're thinking, and you got to demand some things at times. But everybody's different personalities. You can't talk to everybody the same. I mean, I got to talk to Nick Morrow different than Bruce Irvin. You know what I mean? It's a different type of deal.
How do you learn or study a new defense? What's your process?
Well, the terminology. It's all about the terminology. I've done everything that you can do coverage-wise and blitz-wise. Getting the terminology down, instead of calling something Titan, or if calling something Hogan, what I called it in KC, we call it Titan here. So it's like it's switching those words around. I mean, it's learning a new language, and it comes quick to me because I've been in the league for a while. But it was very challenging my first week because I was out there I couldn't talk much out there because I was thinking so much, and it's a good feeling for a guy my age to say, okay, I'm getting it down now, and this week's been my best week, so it's getting better.
I've seen some analytics that said last year you were particularly good in coverage, which is something people maybe wouldn't expect from a linebacker, at quote an advanced age. What's been the key to you being a good pass defender as you get into your 30s?
Advanced age. I like that. That's cool. That's good. I'm gonna use that. I take a lot of pride in mentally being like a quarterback on the field, and I'm kind of going against their quarterback, and being a mic backer, being a person in the middle. You have a lot of mental conversations on the field going against the quarterback, and I'm I just try to think ahead of the game. Of course, I can't do it alone. I got to have guys with me, but at the same time, I take a lot of pride in making sure I drop in the right coverage, or at times it's not only just dropping in the right area, it's knowing when to take your chances and knowing your leverage. Playing your leverage helps you out, and I've been pretty good with that over the last few years. So I can still run around, so that's pretty good.
What's been your observations of Derek Carr in terms of, you played against him as an opponent, now he's a teammate, but you're still looking right across from him in practice. What's jumped out at you?
Oh man, he's a grinder. He's a guy, very gritty quarterback. You usually don't use those words for a quarterback. They're prima donnas. You can't touch the quarterback, this and that. But he's a guy that leads this Raider team really well. Everybody's well respected of him. He gets along with everybody. He's talking to everybody, dancing with everybody. He's a guy that I've always looked up to, always battled against him, of course. But he's a guy that when I'm out there, I know his moves. He knows my moves. So sometimes, I'm trying to. When it comes to pass coverage, he tries to look me off here and there. So it's a battle between us always. But it's good being out there with DC, always.
What were your impressions of the three rookies up front, Hall, Key, and Hurst?
Athletic, very athletic guys that can move around. More three technique type of guys, but I'm still learning those guys' names, but I know the numbers because they're running around. But they're just very athletic, not very big guys, but guys that can get off the ball because nowadays it's not really about base defense anymore. It's about nickel because everybody's passing the ball. It's pass-happy league, and you need some guys on the inside that can get some – everybody has these big money guys on the outside. You need some guys in the inside that can rush the passer on third down.
What's it been like working with Tyre, and just what are your impressions of him so far? What stood out to you?
Oh, man, Tyre Whitehead is a guy that's very vocal. Very vocal. These guys, even Emmanuel Lamore, they're very vocal too. Guys they're very similar. They've been in different defenses. Very smart. 7-year guys, so they know what to do. Very mature guys, and in base defense, I'm out there with those guys. So it's a lot of. I'm used to being the only person talking, and they're talking more than me. So it's a good look. It's a good look.